Um,
Yes, Ji. Thank
okay, so the next thing that we're going to talk about is validation rule. Validation rule is very simple. Vijay, I'll come back to that thing. So validation rule is very simple. What is validation rule? Validation rule is defining a rule where and defining a certain limits of the valid data, that this data should be allowed to be entered and this data should not be allowed, right? Let's say you want, your company says that okay, any product cannot have a price less than $50 and it cannot have a price more than $500. That is the range. So what we have to do, we have to go to objects to define the rule. You need to go to object. So it's a rule, actually it's a different rule which is applied on an object. So which object are we talking about? We are talking about product object. So go to the product object. This time it's a rule, it's not the field. Formula was a field, this is a rule. So if you just scroll down a little, right after your custom field section, you will see validation rule section. Click on new. So define a new rule on this. What is the rule? Minimum price rule. You have to make the rule active in case you want that rule to work. Okay. Sometimes you want to create the rule but you don't want that rule to work. At that time you should just keep it inactive. But we'll keep it active for now. And this is where we have to define our logic using a formula expression. And here I will need to define an error message, right? So what I say, price should not be less than $50, means whenever the price is less than $50, it should throw an error message, right? So just say read this one, this will help you. If this formula expression is true, display the text defined in the error message area. So if price less than 100, throw an error. Price cannot be less than 50, sorry, we talk about 50. And just save it. Where do you want to see the error message? Top of the page or beside a field? So let's put the error message on top of the page. It's fine. Save it. So we have defined a rule where we have clearly mentioned that if price, the condition is if price less than 50, it should throw error. It should not allow the record to be created and it should throw this error message. So that is the validation rule. Now you go to products, try to create a new product. With $40, try to save this. See, it throws this error. I put a price which was less than 50. It did not save the record and it shows me this error. Price cannot be less than 50. Invalid data. So which means the data is not valid. So it's completely up to you, because it's your business or your data structure. So you will have to define, or you will have to decide on what will be valid data for you, what is invalid data for you, right? We can define that rule so that by mistake also someone does not enter an invalid data, something which is not valid, that is not being entered, right? So it helps to control a lot of human errors. So here if you see in this validation rule again, what we are using the function or the formula kind of expression, right? All those functions are available here also. So for defining your invalid data criteria, you can use these functions as well, right? And then just define the error message. So if you spend some time on the formula, that will also help you in the validation rules, right? You can define complex rules and all those things. But initially start up with small simple rules, and then you can get into complex thing that, okay, fine, 10% of this is less than 50, that sort of thing. Got that? Okay. So this is about formulas and validation rule. You will just need to spend some time on the formulas and validation rule. Try to create simple ones. I think this product object is available with everyone, or we discussed about Giftbox application product object. All of you must have created. So you can try creating a few formulas around it, few validation, get some idea on this, and then you can try doing it on other objects also, right? Let's say project in the other application that we designed for project management, there was a field called duration of the project. So if you want, you can play around with the project duration, that if the duration is less than 40 hours, should not be allowed. If the duration is more than 500 hours, it should not be allowed, that sort of things. Okay. There is one question that I got from Vijay saying that this formula will be applied on new records only or on existing ones as well. The formula will be applicable on all the records which are there in the object. So existing one, because the field is being added for everything, right? For all the records. So existing one. So that
I have a doubt. In case if there is a thing like we have to enter a PAN card number which is alphanumeric or any other number which is alphanumeric, then we have to give this syntax all together in one validation rule, or we have to create 2-3 validation rules for it.
So what is the syntax of a PAN card number? You have to decode that first. You have to understand what sort of logic. Like first 3 characters should be letters, and next 3 should be numbers something.
Yeah.
Next 3 should be numbers something. You can put it in one also. I mean, if it is just about one field, you can put it in one and multiple logics there. You can put it in one also. And statement can be used. Put it in one and multiple logics there.
Okay.
And statement can be used.
Okay.
Right. So, but we'll have to understand what sort of logic will be right for it. Under one also we can do. We can put multiple logics under one validation rule. Put and logic there. If you put and, you can put multiple criteria, because anyhow it is going to affect one field only, right? It's going to check one field only. So you don't need 2 validation rules for that. Single validation rule will do. And Vijay, does that answer your question? I mean, your question got answered? that will be applicable on all the existing records.
Yes, but I thought in a scenario where we try, yeah, but like we already entered some data and we realized there is a change in that. So
Good. Right.
that will apply to all the existing data, right?
Yeah, that will apply to all the existing data. So that is the other question that I was expecting. So in case you are putting a formula on an object and you don't want that formula to be applicable on existing records, then it's quite a simple thing. In that formula, whatever formula you're putting, like I said, price tax equals to price into whatever 10% of the price, tax equals price into 0.1. There put one if logic and say if created date is greater than today's date. So all the records which are already existing in that system will not be included in that if logic, right? That makes sense to everyone? In case there is a function or a formula that I want to apply only on the records which will be created, from now on, I don't want that formula to be applicable on the records which are already there in the system. So there is a created date field there, right? So any record which is already there in the system must have a created date before today's date. So just put a logic there. That's fine. All right, clear with everyone?